No, you can't have my grapes. I'm hungry as hell, and I only grabbed a handful, so. Got timestamps. Some of y'all requested that I review this shit, so. Yes, I review it.
Point of the council.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna sit here and listen to it. This is a plethora of great guests from Raging Atheists. I heard about Raging Atheists a while back. I haven't actually sat down. Like I said, I don't watch nobody's shit. I don't watch my own shit after I do this. I don't. Fuck y'all. But I do thank the retard for mentioning me so many times, because now people are wondering who I am. So I told him to stop doing that. I'm getting my timestamps together. This is on Raging Atheist channel. Somebody wants to share it. It's in the Dragoon chat in Discord. You just type in the Raging Atheist. I want to say it's a stream from February 23rd. I've not even looked at Misa's channel today. I'm probably not going to till like later. Anybody think about her? She subscribed to me. Of course she sees it. Oh, and so for those of you watching later, you can't see the live chat. People are mentioning Misa, boss lady, crazy, bipolar disorder, crystals, water stick, whatever she is, and her new attraction towards my channel. I heard this was a shit show for a number of reasons. Yeah, Trevor, that timestamp is the one I'm starting at, the 3 hour 11 minutes. Like I said, I'm starting there, and I'm going to 3:19, 3:30, 3:46, 3:56, 4:13, 4:31, 4:50, 5:01, 5:23, 5:27, 5:28, 5:36, 5:42, 50, 5:42, 59, 5:46. It's a lot. Special deal. Who wants to buy me lunch today? It's pledge week. Joking. It's pledge week for. I have not actually. Like the only reason I even kept up with Vaughn was because the channels and they disappeared. So I'm like, man, that's shitty. I'm gonna have to go actually look for him just to listen. Like, what stupid shit did this hillbilly say today? Well, yeah, now go. Look at my sister and fucker. When he talked, that's what I hear. A lot of sister fucking, you know. Turn on my fan? No, it's not hot in here. I need to turn on my fan. I will not turn on my fan. I've got comfortable now. I want to fill out graduation stuff. I'm not there yet. Well, I am, but I'm not there yet. Got like two more semesters. I have my bachelor's. Why do y'all want to see my fan on? Y'all gonna pay my electric bill? You want my fan? You want to pay my electric bill? Waste my electricity. Damn kids opening up my doors, wasting my electricity. What the fuck is this shit? A dude in Ghana got resurrected and then ate some jollof. And I guess this lady is shaking. She is shook. I don't like the song. That's enough of that shit anyway. All right, play enough of that. If you didn't get notification, you didn't get it. Yeah, I gotta save my pennies. Yeah, that's what happened to fucking government shutdown. Luckily, I'm an actual fucking adult, and you put money aside for shit like that. So, you know, I'll shave later. You gonna give me money to shave? Let's see. I gotta do a speech Thursday anyway, so I'm gonna find some nice clothes and get a nice haircut. Maybe. Well, I'll probably cut it myself actually. All right. So we got a lot of timestamps. Lot of timestamps. Random atheists, we do to a degree. We do have free healthcare to a degree. That it is limited. I have to look at the VA site for that, but yeah. So now that people have gotten the notification, like I said, I've not actually sat down and watched the Raging Atheists. I've heard things, some things good, some things bad. I was actually talking to Xavier today, and some of the things that I heard about him is that he was given a lot of ground in the fuck is his name? Powell. There we go. Matt Powell. He gave a lot of ground to him, and I don't. Hold on, Reese. I gotta find the stream. Hold on, Reese. So he gave a lot of ground, which happens. You know, I try not to fault people on, like, if you're kind of new to this, you don't know when to give ground and when not. You know, so especially if you think you got somebody, I guess, cornered or pigeonholed. I don't know, because I used to give ground, and some people still do criticize me for giving ground in conversations. But so I think there are some actual critiques that can be given to the Raging Atheist and how he engages certain guys, and I hope that, you know, of course, that he'd be willing to listen to some constructive feedback, not just people just fucking, you know, just you just did a shitty job, you're a shitty atheist. No, like actual, hey man, you know, when he was mentioning this about evolution, I don't know if you know a lot about it, but you know, this and this aren't actually true. You know, when you concede to that, you know, you're actually working off of a false premise. And so he's saying that just to get you to this conclusion. And that's why later in the conversation, yada, 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 yada. So that sort of thing. So that probably needs to be said. But mind you, I'm just going on hearsay. I've not actually sat down and listened to anything that he's actually said. So don't take my word for it. I just have heard from other people who I know and trust that he gave a lot of ground. But that's neither here nor there. Again, a few of y'all in the Discord wanted me to do a review of this, so I got a few hours before my next class. I'm a little ahead of I'm ahead of my schedule, ahead of some of my work, so I got a little bit of time. Anyway, so if you want to follow along with the rest of the class, this timestamp is it's supposed to be 3 hours 11 minutes, but it's like 3 hours 10 seconds and 56. Yeah, no, 3 hours 10 minutes 56 seconds. So I'm not going to sit here and play with it to get exactly.
You know, the Romans worshipped pagan gods. They worshipped the sun god Ra, and the point of the council was to bring Rome.
He's already fired up. He just so this is when let me get the timestamp because somebody and I'm gonna the condescending asshole Aries sat through and made timestamps and then put captions next to them so I know what's gonna happen. So man, like I assholes you are Aries, you are an asshole, not asshole, you are an Aries. So this is the beginning of the end. The whole hangout is almost it's almost 8 hours. Almost 8 hours, y'all. Politics, y'all. Almost 8 hours. And so around 3 hour mark, idiot comes in. Now, mind you, this is right after the hangout that we did. Okay? Right after. So he's already pissed off. He's already, seen the comments. You look like Dr. Evil. You need to go find something to fit. You look crazy as hell. When you gonna fire them lasers with them sharks? What? Like already. And you can look. If I had to guess, mind you, I've not seen this. If I had to guess, he's probably at 75% full retard. 75%. 75%. Yeah, I'll go with that. Just based on the body language, just based on because he's intent, man. You ever seen a horse in blinders? They're in the zone, man. He's looking and he's seeing something he don't like. He's coming in there, ass on fire. So let's see what he has to say.
Into Christianity. That was the point of the council. That was why. Because Rome at that point in the history of our world, Rome was the center of the world. Rome was everything.
You're missing a point. I think. Hold on. I think you're going down the rabbit hole a bit. You're missing the point.
It's Jesus' Lord talking.
There were three versions of
we have a new person who. I'm sorry, Jesus. I don't mean to cut you off. Who is Jesus?
He didn't give a shit what Jesus' Lord saying.
G-Man. Oh, I have.
This is Brett. This is G-Man, my brother in Christianity. Thank you, Brett, for sucking G-Man off. We appreciate that.
G-Man, I am blessed right now, guys. We have a celebrity. G-Man, what's up? Sorry, Joe. I want to say what's up to G-Man.
And both of those guys are celebrities, so.
Oh, I have.
Wait, who do you say?
Sorry, Joe. I want to say what's up to G-Man.
And both of those guys are celebrities.
So, according to G-Man, Brett Keane and Von Helton are celebrities. I want y'all to. I almost knocked my fucking glasses off. I want y'all to think about that. In this dude's mind, a fucking toothless walrus. Actually, both of them are fucking ain't got no goddamn teeth. Goddamn, these toothless fucking losers are celebrities. How much of a fucking loser do you have to be to consider them celebrities? Actually, y'all want to do something fun? Y'all want to see how much of a loser G-Man is? And I keep forgetting about this. I want to see because I didn't mention it, so I don't think he changed anything. I got a screenshot, so it doesn't matter if he does. But I'm going to see if I can find. Where is it? Okay. I forgot he likes to. I forgot he likes to delete shit. Where's that's the first? Why is there two playlists of that? Okay. Right. Y'all are gonna see something real funny. 4 weeks ago. It's so weird the stuff that he actually watches. Like it is strange. Oh, that's leader for Christ. Oh God. Oh God. Get it away. Oh God. No. Okay. I was trying to find something specific. Jesus. Somebody's transition did not go well. Did not go well at all. Jesus. If y'all never. Oh, I think he got rid of it. Oh, because it's not on here. Give me 1 second. Y'all going to see the spinny for a second? I'm going to get my screenshot. Hold on. Y'all going to see this? Y'all see the spinning? Stay with me. Okay. All right. All right. All right. So when I say how, if you had to imagine, we're going to take a quick departure from this because I keep forgetting to bring this up. I keep forgetting. There was a conversation that I was having with a particular person. Okay. And they had mentioned that this idiot likes to, he literally likes his own videos. I don't even watch my own videos after I've made them. I don't care. People, oh, you got a lot down. I honestly don't care. My self-esteem isn't tied to YouTube. So I don't give a shit. That's why you don't see me delete fucking, I actually do delete comments from people who are just like fucking around putting like blatant anti-fucking Semitic shit like that. I like my pocket juice, so fuck you. But very rarely do you ever see me even bother like deleting comments. I don't hide ratings, don't hide likes, dislikes. Pretty open about that. But it is interesting. It is interesting to see what people like. And he likes a lot of basketball stuff, which I'm pretty sure y'all aren't surprised about. But if you had to think, if you really had to take some time to think about how much a 40-something, almost gone a 50-year-old man would have to be, how much of a loser that you would have to look up certain things on the internet at that ripe age, what would you think? I'm trying to set this up. If you were an older guy, let's say you're not that well seasoned dealing with the opposite sex, what would be something that you would just utterly be ashamed of having to look up dealing with the opposite sex? And this, I'm sorry, this is just for guys only. Just for guys. I'm sorry, ladies, you were excluded from this. But as guys, especially as older guys, what would you have to look up on the internet, specifically YouTube, that you would be ashamed of in reference to how to deal with a woman? Now think about this real carefully. Think about this question really carefully, because I just so happened to come across something in his like videos that made me go, wow, you really are a child. You really have not matured at all. Incel forums. Incel forum. You're very close. You are very close. Is a clitoris real? No, nothing that visceral, Hawktie. No. Just think about what would a young teen look up when dealing with girls? Nothing having to do with anything physical. Erectile? No, it's nothing physical. Just interacting with the opposite sex. How to pick up a girl? Close, Sabella. Sabella's getting real close. That's really close. The female orgasm is a myth. No, good. That's a good one. How to ask a girl out, Steve Bowden? You're getting close. Where they test the How to know if a girl likes you? Ooh, Fred. Oh, y'all are getting close. Fred is the closest. You are the closest. How to talk to a girl? Nope. Fred Knox is very close. I'm going to show you guys. Am I gay? Timika's turn on for women. No. How to tell a chick that shit on your park YouTube channel? No. Pickup lines. No. Think of the polar opposite of how to pick up a girl. What would a young teen have trouble with when it comes to girls? What are they anxious about when asking them out? How to remove the gerbil. Good try, Geek Room. Good try. Why don't girls like me? Ooh, we're getting close. Kissing girl, nope. It's nothing physical. Bad breath, no. No. How to not prematurely ejaculate. That some people still struggle with that, random atheist. Some people still. Boom! Trevor got it. Trevor, you win. Yes. This 40-year-old man has to look up YouTube videos on how to handle rejection from a girl. Now think about that for a second. The same guy who is trying to give me and others advice on marriage has to look up YouTube videos on how to handle rejection from a girl. I'm actually going to show you guys a screenshot here that I took. So just in case you guys don't believe that this is his, you can actually go to his like videos and see the Social Security scam, help Stevie McRae, hypocrites, all that stuff, LeBron James. But this is the one that I don't see anymore. This one's not here, but you will see the update one. You will see that. But this one isn't there anymore. So you guys can feel free to look for yourself and you'll see those other videos, but that one's gone now. That one's gone. It's strange how that one disappeared. That was there a few days ago. And I'm glad I took the screenshot. So glad I took that screenshot. Like he says, the internet doesn't forget. Oh no, motherfucker, no, it does not. And I'm so glad I got the screenshot. So glad I had the presence of mind to do that. Because that's a fucking shame. You are a 40-year-old man and you can't handle rejection from a girl. But you get on the internet and tell people how they're supposed to live their life. Methinks that you need to work on some things in your own little realm. If you have to look up where was your daddy at in your fucking life? Man, you are not doing good with these stereotypes. You are just like, for fucking, I don't know. 44 in a few months. Kiefer, man, come get your people. My goodness. Boy, his ass is on fire in this video, though. But in the meantime, he back there. Say yes! Really, bitch? Really? That's why I don't take the shit that he says seriously. I got over that when I was 16, 17 years old. Really? Do you have no self-confidence? And it's a red pill video too. Out of all the people listened to on how to handle talking to a goddamn woman. How to handle rejection from a girl. How about how to pull your fucking nuts up and quit being a bitch? How about that? That's an idea. How about having some actual self-esteem? Not this bullshit that you do on the internet. I've never had to look that shit up in my fucking life. I don't know what to say. I was genuinely flabbergasted when I howled. I didn't laugh. I did not laugh, folks. I howled because that was so fucking funny. The same guy who loves telling people how to live their life. The same guy. Now, I want to know what excuse, and y'all know him, y'all know me by now. Y'all know this. Now that I've shown you all, now we played the guessing game, we've had fun, I've shown you the evidence, I've shown you how to find exactly where he removed the video. Let's listen to the explanation on that one. That's going to be interesting. That's going to be funny. That's going to be fucking hilarious. Because he's caught. He won't just say, yeah, I still here's how I would handle it. Yeah, I still struggle with that. That's that. I still struggle with that. That's something that I need to work on. It is what it is. Boom. where there's nowhere you can go with that. You think, okay, it is, but he can't. He can't. He can't fathom. He can't. There, as much as he likes to talk about humility, that would take a whole of a hell lot of humility just to acknowledge I suck at taking rejection. Maybe it has to do with my insecurity. You know, at YouTube research, man, he putting it to work. Yes. Yes. If you just now tuned in, I showed a screenshot of our good friend G-Tard looking up how to take rejection from a girl. I'll put it in the drag chat too, in the Discord, so y'all can save that accordingly. Because this is a keeper. This is a keeper. And anybody else who wants to take screenshots of his current liked stuff, just as comparison to show where because he actually deleted it. He actually removed the like. I wonder why. It's almost like he's ashamed. Where's Carmen San Diego today? Are you talking about that crazy bitch? I don't know. I've not even looked at her channel today, so I'm not subscribed to her. I honestly didn't even know she was making videos until y'all motherfuckers told me. I was like, that's crazy. Maybe removed it because it didn't work for him? Maybe. That could be it.
So,
I have seen so many videos of you, G-Man. I am blessed to have you here. Hopefully you're not a Darth Dawkins and we're going to go into a dumpster fire here. I'm blessed to have you. Thank you for showing up. Welcome.
G-Man is nothing like Darth Dawkins. He's actually pretty fun to have a discussion with.
I've only actually watched a couple G-Man things. I'm just turned on to G-Man. I'm proud to have you here, guy. What's up, man?
I'm all right. Well,
how many of y'all have actually watched this before? How many of y'all have actually watched Raging Atheist before? I'm curious. Because I want to know, how drunk is he? Because he seems like he's pretty fucking wasted right now. I'm not judging him, by the way. I would get drunk too and have a conversation with these idiots. How drunk is he? I'm just curious. Too drunk? Okay. I figured as much, but okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just curious. Again, no judgment, Raging, but I'm 69% drunk. Okay, that's perfect. He gets drunk and the more it goes on. Oh God. Well, considering who he has in there, we'll give him a pass.
What are we talking about?
Just kind of everything. Everything, man. Open discussion.
Okay, so you're talking to somebody, so I'm going to mute my microphone and let you finish doing what you were doing.
Raging, can I ask you about something real quick?
Sure.
And I guarantee this will definitely send a wild hair for you, but isn't it strange how they burn all these documents and then all of a sudden Rome decides that, hey, we're going to go under Christianity now? Don't you think if the Romans looked at the doc?
Okay, I'm not going to sit here and listen to this fucking idiot blather on about shit he knows nothing about. So we're going to skip to the next timestamp at 3 hours. Like, that's the same reason I can't listen to Neffy. Like, if you speak in a monotone voice, I don't want to hear you. You can't keep my attention. Yeah, Reese, I left a message underneath this video, told him welcome to the fold, and that I do want to actually talk to him if he wants to, Yes, Tom, we can see you. Yeah, I have no issue with Raging Atheists. The only bit of I guess advice that I was going to give is that from what others have told me is that he gave up a lot of ground in the conversation or the movie thing that he had with Matt Powell, and that I think there were some folks, probably including myself, that would like to give him some constructive criticism. Other than that, that's really the extent of my perspective on Mr. Raging Atheist. But yeah, I think I put the Discord link in his comments, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if he's clicked on it yet. So if one of y'all is in contact with Raging, please tell him he has an open. The Dragon Lord summons him, and he can play along too if he wants to or not. That's fine. Yeah, the no teeth mac and cheese eating wife beater. Ooh, what the shot? Coming out the gate with him, man. Thank you, Rand. The Earth is flat. Thank you. Thank you. Actually, Rand, you stay right the fuck there. Stay right there, Rand. Stay right there. Somebody was asking for a flat earth. It was Captain Osimo was looking for a flat earther to talk to him. You stay right the fuck there, Rand. Let me put a message. It's Campbell. I think it's Campbell. I'm typing. If you couldn't hear the clickety clackety click. Okay, so I'll let Cap know that you are into the flurfer thing, and so he can talk to you. Okay, because he's been asking people about that. I don't know how to get in contact with Journalism or any of these other people. I just know that they're around. So I'm in somewhat contact with you. So y'all can talk about flat earth stuff. That's fine. Whatever. So next timestamp. So folks, this is the fun part. This timestamp supposedly, if I'm reading this correctly, G-Man needs to confirm that Raging Atheist is not a dragoon. I've never spoken to Raging Atheist. Never. But yeah.
Come in and join the conversation. I know Carlton and Derek haven't said much, so if you guys want to jump in, feel free. And yeah, anything, G-Man, if you want to talk. I understand you probably don't know who I am, but any questions for me or anybody else here, feel free.
I can check you out, I guess, if I got a phone or something. Okay, I got a question for you. What are your beliefs?
Why is he looking behind
I
him?
have embraced the label atheist. A lot of people call me an agnostic, and I don't disagree with them in their points. I think I am atheist, and my whole thing is to rage. I rage against the injustices that I see. I rage against the lies that I see.
You rage against
I might not always be right, but I rage. That's what I do.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so, Athena Goddess, you will get a link. I'm sending it now. Go ahead, G-Man.
All right. So what's your views on well, if you're agnostic, then I got an idea. But what's your views on morality? Like when we're talking about what we would consider good or bad or something like that. Like, what's your views on that?
Morality, I see as something that is my own. I think that we get it from our parents. Now, I think that part of becoming an atheist is breaking childhood programming, breaking the things you learn from your parents. But hopefully, if you've had good parents, they have raised you right. They have instilled some form of goodness into you. And that is my opinion of morality. I don't think it comes from God. I think that it comes from just inherently what we learn through life.
All right. What's your opinion about God himself? And when I say God, let me be specific. I mean the God of the Bible. Like, what's your opinion of him?
The God of the Bible, I don't think exists. If he did, I could not follow him.
Why?
I see it as hateful. I see.
So some of y'all may not know, if you've not watched G-Man over the years, so his his form of approach has been refined over the years. Now, you'll drag, giving him credit. Well, he has actually learned how to perform his own broken version of the Socratic method. Believe it or not, he does have his own version of that. That's not how he's going to. He calls it his lines of argumentation. If you hear that verbiage, that's he's trying to conduct the Socratic method. The problem is he doesn't know how analogies work. He can't actually hold too many concepts in his head at once. That's why you'll frequently see him pivot from topic to topic, and there's really not much connection between the two, other than the equivocation between maybe two words. But that's what you're hearing here is him trying to do that. Now, most people, the majority of people, when we're having conversations and we're performing the Socratic method, we're trying to ask clarifying questions, it is so that we can, do maybe an internal critique, and then, or maybe later do an external critique, what have you. We're trying to, on some degree, to understand another's position in order to avoid straw manning somebody, in order to avoid, just misunderstanding or misapprehending whatever that other person is expressing, right? Okay. That's normal people. What he's actually doing is that he's trying to ask enough questions so that he gets you to say a certain thing so that he can pigeonhole you. That's what he's waiting. Because if you actually look at his when he's talking, look at him. When I'm talking to y'all, I'm looking at you. He's looking up here. He's reaching back here. He's blurting out statements. He's belting out these lines. But by his body language, he's not actually engaged with the person. We can see each other. You guys can see me. I'm talking to you. If I'm talking over here and, I'm just kind of saying things and there's stuff that's going on here, does it really look like I kind of know what I'm talking about? Or if, there's a strong line of communication between any of the stuff that is going on here, and does that make sense to folks? Do y'all see what I'm talking about? When you see him do that, don't mistake this as him actually understanding or engaging in an interlocutor, with whoever he's talking to. He's not. And I can probably bet money that he's waiting. Again, I have not seen this. I could probably bet money that he's waiting on Raging Atheist to say one or two words for him just to completely go off on a fucking tangent as to where he thinks Raging Atheist is going, and to just fucking try to impugn whatever he fucking wants to later down the line. Like, y'all seen it before. You probably not realized kind of what was going on until it happened, but this is the G setup. Okay, when it sounds like he's trying to use a Socratic method, that's a setup. All right, that's why when y'all hear a discussion between him and I'm very curt with my statements. I choose my words wisely, usually multisyllabic words, because he can't latch on to multisyllabic words. So, yes, Raging Atheist, Vegeta, whoever wants to deal with this retard in the future, take note. Now, when you have somebody like Ozzy or somebody's kind of long-winded, yes, Ozzy's long-winded, like Sock Account, trying to explain these complex things, the horns of this or the idea of that or whatever, that takes time to explain. Most of us can sit down with enough time answering questions back and forth, understand that he can't. So he's only looking for certain words. After the second sentence, he's already reset. So Raging might run into this issue where in his response, he's going to hit the reset point where he's done scanning your words for something to latch onto, and he's already gotten bored because he couldn't find anything. And so there is a certain, relapse time that needs to happen in order for him to gain enough fucking mental fortitude so that he can accept more input. All right. So, how did he pronounce? Was it? He said something. Futala, something like, I forgot what it was, but yeah, Fatima. That's what it was. Yeah, he just too many consonants together confused him. But that's what y'all need to look out for if y'all going to engage with them. Very short, very curt responses. If you need to expound upon a point, then do so in a way that allows him to answer to. So if you if you need to explain morality is not just these cute cookie cutter statements. You need to kind of go into, are you adhere to virtue ethics or the deontology. He doesn't know what they are, mind you. So then you're tasked with trying to start from the very basics of establishing what it is that you believe. You can give an example, but don't use any analogies because, again, he can't understand them. Start from there and then have him ask you clarifying questions, very curt, very short, and very precise things that he can understand. Very, very simple scenarios. But let's let this play, and then let's see how this turns out, because I have a feeling he's going to interrupt Raging Atheist because he's found something to latch onto. So let's see.
See it as unreasonable, unlogical. I don't understand why you would want us to believe in you if you don't show yourself. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, there's a lot of okay. All right. Sure. Okay, so you don't understand why God would want us to believe in him because he doesn't physically show himself to us. So we have to. So what you're saying is we have to physically believe him in order to believe in him.
I think that the Bible says he did at one point. You know, in the Garden of Eden, he physically showed himself to Adam and Eve. I just don't understand why he doesn't do it any longer.
Well, I don't want to dominate the room, but I'd like to make a comment on that.
No, please.
You believe evolution is true, then, right?
Well, I think that evolution is one of the possibilities. Now, I'll be clear. When you say believe in evolution, yes, I believe in evolution. I think that evolution is the most logical argument. I think it has the most proof behind it. So yes, in that context, I do. But in the major scope of things, I think evolution is one of many possibilities.
But also, atheism has nothing to do with evolution.
Okay,
yes. Thank you, Carlton.
It doesn't make a difference whether or not it has anything to do with it. It has to do with logic, right? So you're saying that you don't understand why God would want us to believe in him and we can't see it.
So those of you who are kind of confused as to how he went from morality to evolution, here's what happened. He couldn't find what's going on, Hannibal. I will be on Hannibal Monty's show this Thursday, by the way, folks, for their 1,000 subscriber celebration, if y'all didn't know. Monty, send me the watch link so I can spread it around. But some of y'all probably kind of confused. Like, he was just asking the guy about morality, and they were talking about the biblical God, and now we're talking about evolution. He could not. Oh, there's Carlton. Hey, I didn't know you were watching. He cannot. In the response that Raging Atheist gave, perfectly reasonable, right? You know, he's showing folks, you know, there's stuff going on. Hell, he can show himself to folks now. He can't do it, whatever. He does not know how to respond to that. That's why you heard him stammer. It's not that he hadn't heard it before, but it's been a while since someone has said something that is as casual as that. So he doesn't have anything prepared. Now, y'all probably knew this, but he can't have organic conversations. That's one of his weaknesses, and he knows that. So he used to get flabbergasted and just flummoxed in conversations because he couldn't have them organically. He thought that, you know, he had heard everything when he first got here, and now he's in that position again where he thinks that he's heard everything. And so he prepares these canned responses to when he picks up on certain things, but he couldn't do it here. That's why you heard him try to go along that route. And then all of a sudden, again, like I said, a pivot. But in this case, he had to interject evolution to the conversation because Raging didn't give him anything to go off of. So now that he has something, you see him more engaged. And I'm at 3 hours, 33 minutes, 25 seconds. He can't get Raging Atheists on much of anything other than his conception of evolution. So now, again, I could tell where he's going with this. Oh, you accept things by faith now, but then you're saying it's unreasonable to accept the biblical God by faith. Conflating religious faith and, I guess, a more pragmatic definition of faith. There's multiple definitions, and he equates them all the fucking time. So even after being this what it is, it's the same thing that he's always done. Not understand words, not understand concepts, not actually pay attention to what the fuck's going on, not actually just being an idiot, honestly. So let's actually listen to where this goes.
Why does the evolutionist want us to believe in evolution when we never see any evidence for it? Like, for example,
what did I just fucking say? Didn't I just fucking say that he was going to conflate the two? Didn't I just fucking say that? See?
these transitional forms that we are constantly told there are millions of, and we never see them. We're constantly told that we share a common ancestor with fruits and vegetables, and we never see any proof of that. We're told that when it comes to chemical evolution, or what is commonly known as abiogenesis,
thank you for sucking off Kent Irwin.
That life comes from non-life, you know what I mean, or non-living matter. I don't know.
Banana is your daddy.
Oh boy, speaking of pagan gods, it looks like Katina come in here. So G-Man, are you saying that you have trouble believing that you came from a fish? I kind of have the same issue myself.
Yeah, I got to say,
Brett, I have a hard time considering you human. I've never, like, all the humans that I've seen, except for the ones that legs don't work, stand the fuck up. They have another position other than supine and prone. You're not an infant, so what exactly are you? But that's just me, Brett. That's just me. Von Helden, yo, giggling hillbilly ass too. I'm not sure what you fuckers find funny when you are literally the bottom of the barrel as just the sum total of what I am disturbed that Von Helden and Brett King have procreated. My God. My God. My God. My God.
Same issue with that too, and they
at least you're saying a fish and not a rock, like some people.
Wait. Oh, hold it. Seriously, hold it. They're now saying we came from a rock, literally.
Yeah. So that's yeah. Do y'all know I actually listen to some of this stuff when I'm doing a lab? I have my dirty ass lab coat, and I put shit like this in and I listen to it because it's actually fucking hilarious to listen to this hillbilly who had let me not. That's actually an insult to hillbillies. Now that I think about it, it's actually very insulting to hillbillies. Just my God, y'all are so fucking stupid. Y'all so I actually let some of my classmates listen to this. Not this particular one, but some shit like this. I'll let them listen to it. Like, oh my God, you find these stupid people? Yeah, they're just dumb, you know. Yeah, am I a theist now? Be snarky as fuck with your reply. Yes, I am a theist. I've listened to people who have 7.5 brain cells rub together, and I've been convinced that their beliefs are absolutely fucking true. You know what? It took the combined efforts of 2 toothless fucking cretins and 1 brain dead idiot to convince me that their conception of their deity actually exists. Yeah. Okay.
No. Evolution doesn't say that. Evolution doesn't touch on where we came from a rock. Not at all.
No, evolution talks about the change between species. People are talking about abiogenesis. Now
shit! Brett actually acknowledged something fucking factual, folks. At the goddamn 3 hour, 34 minute, 37 second mark. Man, Brett was actually fairly accurate with that. Golf clap. I'm glad, Carlton, man, you were in there to just guide along the conversation, because if I had my webcam, I just been like, y'all just dumb, just fucking dumb. Why are y'all so dumb? Just stop it.
We come from a rock, or they say that atheists say we come from a rock when that's just not true.
Let me ask you something so I can make sense of the rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
Now, you do agree that if there is no intelligence, if hypothetically there is no God, no aliens, no panspermia, that the atheists would have to hold the view that life came from non-life. And that's one of the reasons why they say rocks and boogers, snot sitting on a solid thing and came to life. You know?
Well, actually, Brett, snot is actually, and boogers, that's actually made of cells and proteins. Brett, you might want to stop saying that. If you actually look up what snot is, Brett, somebody let Brett know to go actually look up what snot and boogers are. Like, if it comes from your body, I'm going to give you a few hints as to what it may be comprised of. Brett, you're not clever.
Understand?
Yeah, and that's why I try to be clear that I don't pretend to know. That's why I talk of possibilities. I wasn't there. Nobody here was there. None of us were there. We don't know.
Raging atheist. That's the point, though. The point is that you said that you don't understand why God won't.
Who is this woman sitting over here just like eating, what is it, Mike and Ike? She's just enjoying the hell out of this conversation. She's just eating this shit like she watching motherfuckers strip. Like, god damn, who is that? I just so happen to know that like I'm like, man, you enjoying this a little too much. I'm still in the friendly part, man. Oh my goodness. Gotta readjust my chair. Yeah, Vaughn. Yeah. Speaking of reasonable stuff, the time traveling vampire Punisher, spaceship door gunner Jedi over there in the corner, laughing like, whatever. I'm just a simple boy.
Like physically show himself to us, and you don't understand why he would want us to believe in him, but you have no problem believing as a theory that you share a common ancestor.
Did not tell y'all he was going to do that. Did not fucking call it. See? Did I not call it? He's too easy. He's too easy. Too easy. Oh. Yeah, it's just it's mucus. It's part of it's certain cells. I can't remember. They're not macrophages. Fuck. They're I think they're just. I can't remember offhand. They're basically cells within your immune system that tie themselves to particulates, and they have fibrous proteins that they'll send out to bind what they want to capture, and then you excrete them. So that's when you cough up phlegm, they've attached themselves to something that needs to go up and out of your body. That's all they are. It might be granulocytes, because my immunology is terrible. Actually, I'm going to look that up right now. Yeah, I believe they are granulocytes. Yes. And the enzyme are myelinoperoxidases. That's what makes the green color. Now you guys learned something today. They produce immune cells called neutrophils. Yeah. Cool. Okay. There you go. If you didn't know that. Yeah, like I said, immunology is not really my topic. I know very few people, other than like docs. Scientists say I'm to a degree, but then like Doc Savage is the only person that I really know who could, like, who's on his shit when it comes to immunology. Like, that's, if you want to get paid a lot of money, become an immunologist. Holy fuck. Like, I'm not even being facetious. Like, if you really do want to get paid money, go do epidemiology. Just absolutely crazy. Anyway.
Sir, with a fish.
I think it's more logical.
So, make no mistake, folks. He's had this explained to him. People have taken the time to explain nested hierarchies to him. And I mean painstakingly explain to him how a nested hierarchy works. When it's saying we are fish, yada, 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 yada. We're also mammals, yada, 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 yada. Okay? He's had this explained to him. He chooses to misrepresent it. Because if you ask him, and try this next time, G-Man, are you familiar with something called a nested hierarchy? Yeah, I heard about it. Yeah, I've been told about it. Now ask him to explain it. That's where y'all could fuck him up. Because one of the things I love doing, because he can't back down. He cannot back down. When he pretends he knows a lot about a topic, it's like, well, gee, you mentioned that, but using this as an example, you're saying that, but that's in reference to having a nested hierarchy. That's why that where fish comes from. It's actually couched within that term. You know what that is, right? And of course, you go, yeah, I know what it is. G-Man, what's the nested hierarchy? Just your explanation of it. Give him full charity. He will get upset. He won't answer you because he knows that he doesn't actually understand it in the same context to which you need to have it incorporated into our conception of us being fish, us being mammals, yada 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 yada, you know. But the dishonesty is that he chooses to ignore that context. And so if he explains what he thinks it is and it's wrong, he looks bad. He can't score points. If he just openly declines to, then he looks ignorant. But he just referenced it. See the issue there? You can't score points if you look ignorant or you're wrong. You can't. So his only other option here is to just become irate and then say that you're trying to confuse him, you're trying to confound him, you're trying to trap him. Don't believe me? Try it next time you talk to him. When he mentions something and you know he doesn't know what it is, ask him to explain it to you. Play dumb. Just play. You know what? I think I know what it is. You tell me. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Chris. Yeah. You're playing word games. He doesn't actually understand what word games are, but that's or his other cute one. That's semantics. No, bitch, you don't understand what it is. That's what it is. But again, he can't de-escalate. Are y'all worried about what my shirt says? If you can read this sign, you are standing way too close to me, and invading my personal space, so back off. Yeah, that one at the end, I was like, what the fuck? Oh, it's fading. I couldn't. Okay, yes. It says warning white people. Yes, my personal bubble, my personal sphere. You know, so he doesn't know how to handle that. So for those of you who will be engaging, because I'm not gonna do this shit forever. I trust me, I got real shit going on in real life that way better than this. Trust me on that. But for those of you who are curious, I'll make primers on how to talk to this idiot. It's not hard. It's just picking up on certain things, picking up on the right things.
To think that it was a slow progression, a slow evolution, than some mystical sky god. And let's be frank. I'm going to be frank right now. All right. So Yahweh was always a real being that lived in the Holy of Holies. He was small enough to fit in that little box. This was a physical being that only the high priest could communicate with and open that box and actually see. You know, and now he's become some metaphysical, transcendent being beyond time. Well, in the last couple, I'll say a couple hundred years, we'll say like probably more accurately 60 to 70 years, we have found out what's up there now. And we know that this universe is so much bigger than we ever thought it was before. And it just doesn't make logical sense that a creator being...
It kind of bothers me when folks say it doesn't make logical sense. It's not intuitive. It's not because, you know, as we know, things can be, let me get this right. They can be put forth in a valid form, but not be sound. I think I got that right. Yeah. So let's try to clean up our language a little bit, because, and I say that because when you have guys like G-Tard here, he likes to do that. He likes to place the faith that people have in evolution on what's intuitive for him. Well, this fucker doesn't even know what he ate yesterday. Okay, so something that happens over millions of years involving genetics and other topics that he can barely pronounce, they aren't intuitive for him. So let's try to avoid our personal credulity being the standard by which we judge things, because if that's what we establish, then it's okay for him to do that. That's okay for him to say, well, based on my personal credulity and And I know, I had to get out of the habit of doing it myself. It's shorthand to say that doesn't seem logical. It's shorthand, but we do have to be better about that. That is something that I had to learn, and I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for being able to express under specific terms what exactly it is that I'm trying to express. So again, if I have some constructive criticism for raging, it would be that be very explicit when you say. Something doesn't make sense. Be very explicit whether you're talking about your personal credulity or you put it in syllogistic form and just beat it the fuck up.
Would care about us.
Where does it say that he lived in a box? I'm assuming you're talking about the Ark of the Covenant. Nowhere does it say that God lives in a box. As a matter of fact, the Bible,
so so raging is learning a good lesson here. Some of y'all who watched me for a while learned something interesting about our good friend. He doesn't understand hyperbole. Along with analogies, he does not understand, and I cannot emphasize this enough. Mrs. Drag was in the car when I had him on speakerphone, and I was trying to explain to him what a hyperbole is. I'm not making a joke. I'm not being funny. I'm not being facetious at all. He literally did not understand the concept of hyperbole. Rewind, flashback, gray filter thing. This was back when I lived in Maryland. We were in the process of moving out and moving here to Texas. I had made a video saying true empiricism knows dick all about science. He didn't know his ass from a hole in the ground, which is true. Those of you who just heard what I said understand that obviously true empiricism knows something about science. ATP mayonnaise, a thing that he thinks that he understands, is a thing that he's been known for. So obviously he knows something, right? It's just not a comprehensive understanding. He knows factoids. So I say this to the idiot, and he becomes irate. What do you mean? True empiricism knows a lot about it. He taught you guys about ATP synthase. No, he didn't. But sure, if you want to believe that I'd never heard of it before he'd mentioned it on YouTube, sure. we can believe that. But he was upset. Like, he was genuinely upset. ATP, we call it ATP mayonnaise because he spreads it on every conversation like mayonnaise. So he was genuinely upset that I had said that he knew nothing about science. He thought I was being literal. I said, no, G-man, I was using hyperbole. That was my response to that. And he said, what's hyperbole? I almost dropped my fucking phone. I'm not fucking kidding. I almost dropped my fucking phone. And I think, and I might have to ask the missus, but I want to say that I verbalized what I was thinking. I was like, you are a fucking idiot. But I probably did verbalize it. And I did because I try not to be that mean, but just in that moment, like I had the best watershed idiot moment ever. He is literally that dumb. He has gone 40 years and has never heard of a hyperbole in 40 years. Like, what kind of rock do you got to be living under? 40 fucking years. So here I am, explaining to this grown-ass man something fairly basic that you learn in like 4th grade concerning our language. So after I explain, hyperbole is it's an exaggeration. When people say, I walk 5,000 miles to school, they don't literally mean 5,000. They walk a long time. You've heard them before. People say that they're exaggerations, but it's basically the same thing. His response, I'll never forget, and I'm paraphrasing, as he likes to say, was that, oh, this is just a way for atheists to lie to Christians. So no, atheists didn't contrive hyperbole to lie to Christians. No atheist made this up back in 2006 just to fuck with Christians. Like he really thought that. He really said that. And I was just like, my God, you should have been swallowed, you dumb motherfucker. Like, I can excuse not understanding hyperbole. Like he just it's obvious to everybody that he had a shitty education growing up, right? But the fact that after I explained what it was, that he put it through what I call the G filter. He put it through the G filter, and anytime you say anything to him, it gets put through that filter and it gets chewed the fuck up and spit out. Like he has a hard time understanding shit. And so he put it through the G filter, and it came out as that. And I was just like, no, my man, you don't have to believe me. You can go look this the fuck up yourself, man. Like, get the fuck out of here with that. And like he then, it took him a while. It took him weeks. I mean, weeks, because he would repeat the word hyperbole and like, Dragnot, you're saying this, that, or is this more hyperbole, as you call it? And occasionally you'll actually hear him reference it. Because recently he's forgotten about it, because that's not a word that he uses a lot. So that's too many syllables anyway. But yeah, it's that. Sorry, I had to take that trip down memory lane. I forgot some of y'all are new. Some of y'all don't understand the history I had with this guy. It's just, it's sad. Like it's hard to hate somebody that stupid, but no, he is a malicious fuck, so he does deserve hate. So anyway,
maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But I'm fairly certain that Jewish lore said that the Holy of the Holies was the home of God. Yahweh lived there. Only the high priest could communicate with Yahweh. And once the Holy of Holies was stolen, and it was proven that Yahweh didn't do shit to the people that stole it, the story changed.
The Shekinah glory of God dwelled between the cherubim and the seraphim on top of the Ark of the Covenant. Inside the Ark of the Covenant was Aaron's rod, a pot of manna, and the tablets that held the Ten Commandments.
Oh, come on!
Look, I mean, there's a lot of different people with a lot of different opinions about what was in the Ark of the Covenant. Nobody knows. I don't pretend to know. I wasn't there. I don't pretend to know. I'm only going based upon what I've read, the Jewish lore I've read, and according to Jewish lore, and I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Manna is food. Manna makes me have magical power. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Yeah, but Sister Sunshine, I know you're trying to have fun and all that, but you know that God is attributed to omnipresence. He exists within all things. And
he is now. He is now. We're talking, how many hundreds of years has it been since the Ark was stolen?
I want somebody making some manna.
The story has changed many times. Many times.
Well, the Ethiopians claim they've got it. They claim they've got the Ark.
Wait a minute, but it was still the Shekinah glory of God. That's what the Bible said. That God dwelled there.
Yeah,
I know Jews must cringe hearing people interpret their text.
This was something. It could be very well conspiracy theory shit that I read a long time ago. I'm not. I don't want to say that I know this for 100%.
Yeah, raging atheists, and that's why a lot of people in here don't like me that are atheists, because I have to ask you this question. Did you read the Bible before?
Oh, I've read it. Yes, I've read it 9 times beginning to end. I've cherry picked it a million times. I read it 9 times beginning to end. I read it for the first time when I was in prison as a 19-year-old young man, and I had nothing else to do.
Okay, so you read
it 9 times. This is the best time to read it.
So
yes.
Not the basics, at least, of what it actually does.
I've read it beginning to end in the way you should read books. I don't I don't go from this verse to that verse. I read it how it should be read, beginning to end.
Sounds you gotta say
yes. Right? Okay, so nowhere in the Bible.
Where does G-Man get off at? So supposedly G-Man's read the entire Bible. Do I honestly believe that? No. But he likes it. So this came, yes, this is a raging atheist. That came on the heels of people asking him if he had actually read he has. Wait, I could have swore he told people he used to. Wasn't he chastising JD in their debate, saying that he had read it? I could have swore that was a thing. I might be misremembering that. That's possible. But that's why again that's why I say I don't. Yeah, because I could have swore he had said it at one point, but I don't believe that he is actually no. Excuse me, I'm wrong because he didn't know what was in the book of Titus. No, thank you, folks. No, I got him confused with No, maybe I was thinking of Mac Thomas. No, because Mac Thomas hadn't read it either. It was someone else that does it. I get all these fucking idiots confused. Y'all gonna have to excuse me. Uh, that's right. That's right. That's right. Shady actually revealed a while back that he can't actually sit down and read an entire chapter. He can only go for a few verses and read, which that's been demonstrable here. So we already knew that. And then when he does read on his own, it's only a few verses. But when Gus would ask him continuously, and some of y'all remember this, when Gus Belanger asked him, they say, "Hey, G man, what's in the book of Titus? What is it about? Just the entire book of Titus." I have no idea. I've never read the entire Bible. He would avoid the question for the longest. And I think that was a whole fiasco. He used to kick Gus out for asking him what was in the Bible. Be clear, J.D. Kane said, yes, I read the Bible 4 times, plus I read some texts about the Bible, including some books by Bart Ehrman. So then G-Man says, so you admit that you've never read the Bible. Okay, that's what I was misremembering about the story. Thank you, Hawkseye. Yeah, those I'm going based on G-Man's response, not reality. Y'all see? Don't do that. So don't do that. That's he holds the shit over people's head if they hadn't read the entire Bible. But if there's any standard that you think that he holds people to, he didn't hold himself to that. And that standard changes. You'll see that shit. Oh, so you didn't do X, Y, and Z? Well, bitch, did you? Well, it doesn't matter. We're talking about you. Well, hold on. How do you... Okay. Ever since then, G-Man claims that JD admitted that he never read the Bible, no matter how many times we point out that he wasn't listening. Okay. That's probably where I got that from. That's probably where.
And I know this for a fact because I didn't read it 9 times from beginning to end. I'm not going
to. No, when I speak of the Ark of the Covenant, I'm talking about maybe I'm wrong, what I remember of reading of Jewish lore, not Christian lore.
But we're not talking about Jewish lore, we're talking about the Bible right now. All right.
All right.
No one.
Wait, what? He didn't just say what I think. Hold on.
I've read it beginning to end in the way you should read books. I don't I don't go from this verse to that verse. I read it
from
how it should be read, beginning to end.
From beginning to end.
Yes.
Right? Okay. So nowhere in the Bible, and I know this for a fact because I didn't read it 9 times from beginning to end. I'm not going to.
No. When I speak of the Ark of the Covenant, I'm talking about maybe I'm wrong, what I remember of reading of Jewish lore, not Christian lore.
Well, we're not talking about Jewish lore. We're talking about the Bible right now. All right.
All right.
This is only topped by someone, and I can't remember who it was. It might have been him. It was him. He had said that he didn't want to discuss. No, actually, I think it was. I can't remember. It might have been him or Nephilim that said that he didn't want to talk about the Septuagint, but he wanted to discuss which books of the Bible are valid. It was either him or Nephilim Free that said it. I can't remember which. That one sticks out to me too, and it was either him or Nephilim Free. I want to attribute it to him because he'd say something stupid like that, but then again, Nephi would too. So, if somebody remembers, feel free to let me know. But yeah, wow. Yeah. Yeah, Okay.
We'll talk about the Bible then.
It's the Revelation. Does it ever claim that God lived inside of a box? Or the Ark of the Covenant? No, it doesn't say anywhere in the Old or the New Testament or in the Apocrypha or any holy book where it says.
I'm fairly certain that Moses, as Moses was coming out of Egypt, that the Ark of the Covenant was protected extremely fiercely, and that yes, it does refer to it being as the home of God.
Okay,
but I could be wrong.
So if that's true, then explain to me in Exodus 20 when God was speaking, where was he speaking from? In Exodus 20, when he gave the 10 Commandments.
Did Athena leave? I'm sorry, repeat that.
In Exodus,
that was when he was a pillar of fire or pillar of cloud.
Before the Ark of the Covenant was even made, when he created the heavens and the earth.
I love G-Man Bible quizzes. He'll never let you quiz him like that, but he can quiz you like that. I love it. Oh my goodness. I used to enjoy when I would give him like biology quizzes. I'm like, what's DNA made of, bitch? God. No.
Earth. When it says in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth, what was he living then? I believe there's a place called heaven. And then number two.
No, actually, when God created the heavens and the earth, he graced earth with his physical presence.
I'm not done.
He was here. It doesn't actually say that heaven was his home. It says that there was God, that he created the heavens of the earth, and then he walked through the gardens of Eden with Adam and Eve.
Okay, so when Jesus, in the book of Acts, when Jesus ascended to heaven, why didn't he ascend to a big box in the sky? The bottom line is,
well, I mean, when it says that Jesus ascended to heaven, we actually know what heaven means now. It means outer space. How does a human being ascend to outer space and not die?
Wait a minute. There's two things I can do with
whoa,
Number one, I can prove to you that God exists, logically speaking, by your own using.
No, I'm not going to get some Xanax. You send me some.
Yeah, please do that, please.
The Bible does not teach that. And I'm going to prove to you right now that logically speaking, you probably are agnostic. And I'm going to prove it to you. This was several other atheists, okay? If you're saying that
look, folks, he has a way. He has a way of knowing, special way.
Outer space is heaven. Let me ask you this: is it more likely that aliens exist in outer space? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So if aliens live in outer space, how do you know that God doesn't live on one of these other planets? I'm not saying that he does.
I don't know.
You don't know. So
Mormons actually believe that God lives on one of these other planets. I think Mormons are crazy.
He exists on a different planet in some other.
See and this is what he's doing right now is exactly how do we get to aliens? This is what I was talking about earlier when I said that we have to be very careful about saying what's more logical, what's more intuitive to you, or what's more, I guess, convincing to you is not the same as something that's logical. Logic follows a form, typically. It's formal logic. But this is exactly why I avoid saying that, because now because Raging opened the door for what's intuitive for me and you, now he's doing it. And so this is one of his lines of argumentation he likes to employ in conversations, because now you can't say that he can't do that, because, again, you've opened the door for it. And, again, this is typical G-Man.
Solar system somewhere in outer space, because how you define heaven. You know what I mean? Then it is.
That's how the Bible defines heaven. When the Bible defines heaven, it defines angels as descending from heaven, or Jesus Christ, for instance, ascending to heaven. We know what heaven is now. It's not 2,000 years ago. Heaven is outer space. It's a vacuum. Human beings cannot exist in outer space.
Heaven is outside of time and space.
Then how do you know it exists if it's
if it's outside of Carlton made a great point. Go ahead, please let Carlton.
Please, more sober persons, speak the words with the dude.
In outer space.
If it's outside of time and space, which means that it's outside of reality, how do you know that it exists?
He's over there bouncing his chair. Ooh, he get to talk to somebody else.
Again, by faith. I'm not an epistovist.
So you have no evidence.
Wait, hold on 1 second. That question was really weird. Hold on 1 second. That was kind of a tricky little loaded question you put there. How do you know that reality does not exist outside of space and time? Do you only contribute reality to the model of the universe?
Brett, I don't think we pretend to know that. We just
it's a
ask
tricky
how you
question. No. It's how do you have a reality outside of the very things that reality is comprised of? I mean, if you have a different conception of what we're referring to as reality, then state it. It has nothing to do with a trick, Brett. Like that's bullshit. But You have to hand. Brett's been playing this game for a long time, folks. He's been playing this game for a long time. I've been fucked up by Brett when I first got on here. He's been playing this game. So with Brett, you have to handle him a bit differently. Okay? I'm not an epistofist. When Brett does shit like that, make him define his fucking terms. Don't presume that Brett is on the same page, even though it sounds like, just between us guys, that he's on the same page. Brett is known to equivocate shit. He is known to apply at a completely different context. Because once you agree to something that seems fairly mundane, he'll change it later. So, oh no, that's what I meant the entire time. But you can't reach back and then pull that back and say, no, that's not what I meant. That's Brett created the gotcha question. Brett created the gotcha. Okay, make sure that y'all have that motherfucker define every goddamn thing. You could have him define the if you feel it's necessary, because seeing him interject like that triggered my Dragnot sense. That triggered my dragon sense there, because he's about to pull some bullshit.
Right, and that's why I was asking him why he stated reality as he did.
We don't state that anything exists out of time. Christians do. So it's up to Christians to provide that burden of proof.
And he's right about that, Brett. He's right about that. The burden of proof is on the one making the claim. And that's been one of the biggest atheist killers on the internet lately. Because they don't got no burden. They can't prove anything that they're claiming. Evolution, Big Bang. They can't even come up with a logical, rational reason for being an atheist without contradicting their own worldview. Now,
I don't know what an atheist worldview is.
Rationale for being an atheist is I don't fucking know. I don't.
Y'all see how the conversation just changed? You see it? When he starts listing things, ignore it. Anytime G-Man lists a goddamn thing, don't take it, because you're gonna pick up on whatever it is that he's trying to take the conversation away from. He doesn't do this because he's trying to add to the conversation. He's trying to obfuscate.
Well, I don't mind. I don't mind taking upon the burden of proof of what you just put forth there, Raging, and Mr. Carlson, or however you pronounce your name. If you do agree that if our universe hypothetically has a beginning to it, the cause would have had to exist outside of the universe as we know it in the laws of nature, right?
I'm not sure I can make that claim because we don't really know, right?
Yeah. I mean, none of us were there. We can't, I can say that, yes, that sounds feasible, Brett, but I don't know. And neither do you, and neither does G-Man, and neither does anybody else. We can pretend to know, but the only honest answer is I don't know.
All these people who know what happened before flight time.
I understand where you're coming from. That's intellectually honest. I'm saying hypothetically, if we were to all
no, Brett, no. Don't fall for this bullshit. Hypothetically, my ass. No, Brett. There is no hypothetical, because what Brett's trying to do is he's trying to pigeonhole you somewhere. And what that pigeonhole is he's already kind of given away with the prime mover bullshit. Anybody familiar with the Kalam cosmological bullshit, whatever, that's where he's trying to move the conversation. So if that's something that he wants to put forth, then Brett, you demonstrate this. In your hypothetical scenario, you set it the fuck up, okay? You establish this shit. Don't rely on people's incredulity towards a topic that none of us have any information on. Hypotheticals work when you have information to work with, not us just offering random conjecture about something we can't even conceive of at this point.
Agree that the universe had a beginning, like Stephen Hawking claims and Carl Sagan, we would have to assess that the cause is outside of the laws of nature, right? Because the laws of nature did not exist until the universe was formed.
I mean, yeah, if that's what they say, and I love Dawkins and I love Carl Sagan especially. I mean, I think Carl Sagan is brilliant. But he's not the end-all means to my atheism. I didn't come to atheism because of Carl Sagan or Dawkins. I came to atheism because of the questions that I tried to outline earlier that were dismissed.
Dawkins,
I agree with
he's
that.
drunk.
And that's good. I have to say, Raging, that's great. There's a lot of people, for some reason, they just say, well, that's what Dawkins said. That's what this guy said. It's good that you're doing what is referred to.
So it's weird that Brett is complimenting him on something that should be expected, not just to play, the appeal to authority. Now, you have to ask yourself, why would he offer the names of people in reference to their authority if he expected better of atheists not to make those appeals, right? Think about that. This is what I say, that Brett does this intentionally. He was looking to see if people were going to take the bait, right? So since Raging Atheist said, well, no, I'm not an atheist because of these people, he goes, oh, okay, well, you didn't fall for that trap. Be very careful when Brett presents you with anything, because it's, you know, it's not a conversation with somebody that is going to be charitable. It's not a conversation with somebody who wants to just simply understand where you're coming from and then just, you know, exchange ideas. He's doing that on purpose. The shit that I'm calling out right now, Brett's been doing this shit for years, folks. Be very wary of that.
His individualism, good man.
Brett's gonna make a video about me. Oh, good. Make a video standing the fuck up. Do that. Stand up. And make a video about me. Pull your panties up, Brett.
Comment on his issue of on you have
Get some dentures. I don't know.
Have proof and whatnot. Raging Atheist. Let me ask you a quick question. Are you an epistivist? Yes or no?
I don't. Outside of Arn Raw, who the fuck is an epistivist? I don't. I literally have met one epistivist in my life. That was on Raw. I don't know why he keeps asking people this fucking question. It's like 70 of y'all watching. Who here is an epistivist? Just be honest. I'm not going to judge you much, but who here? Oh yeah, and Bionic Dance. I've not actually met her yet, but other than those two, other than Bionic Dance and Arn Raw, who here adheres to epistivism? Fuck you, Immutable. That's 3. But my labels. Oh, okay. I really don't know. Again, I'm not judging. I don't know why he keeps asking people. Like, what's an epistivist? I've fucking forgotten even what an I know it has something to do with some theory of knowledge or something. I don't know. Something to do with beliefs. I don't know. As long as you're part of Cool Kids Club, okay. Well. It's someone to take things. Okay, I know it has something to do with that. Yeah. Okay. Well, I am somebody who would take things on faith. Like I have faith that this chair, non-religious faith, mind you, that this chair is going to support my fat ass because it's supported before and it has not failed me. So there you go. But I have to talk to Arn about that because I know that he's been the one to kind of trumpet that, but yeah, I don't know.
Let me describe what you think that is.
Arn Raw and Bionic Dance defines it.
So G-Man keeps talking about it because he can't get off Brett King's dick. Okay, well I agree. Person who just sent me that text message. That chair is a limit. Well, so does Edie's patience, Jello.
An epistivist is somebody who doesn't take things on faith.
All right, okay. By that,
like, it's weird that he knows the definition of that, but he can't tell you what a fucking kind is. Like, just give me the actual definition of a kind. You can't do that shit. It's something that makes something else that looks like it. What? But you literally told me nothing. Tautology is a tautology.
Definition, yes, I am.
Okay, great. So where's your evidence that you share a common ancestor with a rat?
Common ancestor.
Well, and you weren't here, G-Man.
So Carlton, you're interjecting here, wondering how the fuck that. So One Trick Pony here doesn't have many ways to get back to the topic. All right, he's going to keep doing that because he thinks that he's going to score points if he can just keep moving it back there because and don't get me wrong, he legitimately believes this shit. Like, he legitimately believes that people have no actual knowledge in this field. People get PhDs and stuff because they regurgitate. And I'm not being facetious. He literally thinks that in order to get upper collegiate, like graduate level education, it's a test of you memorizing things. Okay. And so if you have enough faith in what you've memorized, then you keep repeating that over a number of years, and then you acquire a degree. So in his mind, if he can level the playing field, then it's just apples and, Granny Smith apples versus green apples, rather than apple bulldozer.
You weren't here, so let me clarify my position on that. That is a possibility. I wasn't there to see it, so I don't pretend to know. But that is a possibility, just as God is a possibility.
Okay, so evolution should not be taught in our schools then.
I do think that evolution has evidence behind it, and I think that anything that has evidence behind it should be given as an.
See, I know. Very careful here. Very careful. This is to you, raging atheist. When you need to really qualify that. Because I can tell right now he's going to go to anecdotal evidence. He's going to go straight to anecdotal evidence, because now when you lay out, well, I need evidence, he knows based on his experience here. Believe it or not, he does learn. He knows that when people say that, he can introduce anecdotal evidence. But because I understand what you mean. I know you mean empirical evidence. I got that. That's the distinction in your mind that you're trying to draw, albeit drunkenly. But he also knows that. He's been told when people say that, that's what they typically mean. Without even pressing play, I know that he's going to go to anecdotal evidence. There's going to be a clarification that what you're talking about is not anecdotal, and he's going to go into a fucking huff because you've clarified what you meant originally.
An argument, but let me be clear. I think that Christianity should be taught in schools.
Okay, that's great. I appreciate the fact that you want Jesus taught in our school system. That's great.
I think that people should be given the whole argument.
Right. Okay. That's great.
I think both of you are right.
You share a common ancestor with a rat.
Okay. Well, shit. So since he gave G-Man some ground, he didn't contest it. But I'm curious. I'm curious what Raging Atheist means by you should teach the whole thing. Is he so? I unlike this retard, I don't want to just presume to know what raging means. If raging means we need to teach, well, it can be an elective for people to learn creation science, whatever the fuck that is, in a religion class, then sure, I'm all for that. Feel free. Learn to be fucking stupid. That's fine. That's your choice. Learn mysticism. But having it taught in a science class, no. That's what I'm against. So hopefully Raging can clarify comparative. Yeah, that's smiling skeptic. Yeah, I hope he means comparative religion type class. That would be wonderful. I would love to actually attend a class like that, just to get the different creation myths and compare it to other creation myths. That'd be an excellent hilarity for me. I think that should be an elective for people to learn, just not taught in science classrooms.
Before we continue, I do want to point out to G-Man as well as Raging, you guys do know that Trump recently signed something that will cause it to where people can do volunteer classrooms of Christianity. So now they got volunteer classrooms, not where public school kids are forced to do it. They have to volunteer if they want to be a part of it. Did you hear about that, guys?
I haven't heard about it, but if it's volunteer and not mandatory, I have no beef.
I think you both are right. And the reason why I say that is because there's two humans on Earth at the same time. There was Neanderthal and Cro-Magnon. Is it not possible that Neanderthal came out of the soup and Cro-Magnon was created by God? Why not?
The primordial soup scientific theory was actually debunked about 100 years ago. No, actually 90. Now they're going with energy coming from the vents of the ocean.
No, Brett. No, That's Brett. No, Brett, don't ever crack your toothless fucking mouth again about what you think. No, bitch. No, I'm sorry. No, that's not how any of it. So, for those of you who are wondering, RNA world hypothesis is currently being researched with certain self-catalyzing molecules being thought to have been the progenitor to what we are today. The first actual cell coming from the soup had the, let me try to break it down, had the ability to make certain connections between other molecules, right? And usually you need one molecule to help interactions between another molecule. Like if it wants to cleave off a piece down here, sometimes that takes a lot of energy. So what you do is that you have you have another molecule come in and help break it for you. All right. Now, a self-catalyzing molecule can actually break itself apart. It doesn't need help. All right. So those of you who are curious, this is my wife's desk. There's just shit everywhere. There's all kind of figurines and stuff. If you're curious about that, there are plenty of resources that we can link you, and you can just look up RNA world hypothesis. Brett doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about at all. I can tell you right now, there's been actually let me look. Let me look up study right now on RNA world hypothesis. I know that there was something a few months ago that had come out. Ribozymes. That's from 2002. No, there was one in 2018. Yeah, I'll look for it later. Anyway, if you guys, like I say, if you are genuinely curious about this topic, feel free to bring it up to Brett and have him mumble his way through it. If you don't really need a whole lot of chemistry understanding to read the pop science articles, but there's a lot of stuff being researched. There is. Netflix says their first life wasn't the first living cell. There's probably have been population self-replicating entities similar to life, but not quite life, called protobionts. Oh, okay. That's something new. This would turn into the bona fide life over time, population level, not individual level. Since that you couldn't tell which individual was the first living entity. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. See, I don't keep abreast to this enough to be up on that, but I learned something then. There you go. So Nestle, if you have any resource for that, please put it in the chat. So thank you. Small details. Yeah, no, that's fine. I like I said, I don't look it up often enough to be on the up and up, but what Brett just described is something he pulled out of his ass.
Who says? I still, here's my point. My point is, I didn't come from a fish. I didn't come from a monkey. I didn't come from an amoeba. If I did come out on the Neanderthal side, may the gods forgive me. But if by some miracle I did come from the Neanderthal side, I come out as a human being, irregardless.
There's no such word. I hate when people say irregardless. That's not a fucking word. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
I don't need a comment. Why is it that every daggone species come out as itself out of the soup? But then we get to the humans. Oh, human had to have a common ancestor. Giraffes didn't have to have a common ancestor. Sharks didn't have to have a common ancestor.
The whole point is that
sharks and giraffes don't have common ancestors. Yes, the fuck they do. Like what? You have to really wonder where do y'all get this shit from? That's kind of what do you think universal common ancestor means? It means universal. It doesn't mean just for humans. It doesn't mean just hominids. It doesn't mean just like what do you think the universal part means? Come on. Like y'all can't be this dumb. Yeah, yes I can. Never mind. Yeah.
everything.
Nobody had to have a common ancestor. Suddenly, when we get to humans, you got to have a common ancestor. Why?
That's not exactly so. The theory states that we all come from the same properties. Go ahead.
Okay. So Brett does know something.
the possibility is that we all come from the same ancestor. So I mean, that's
The
evolution.
goatsy guy. Oh God,
Well,
Christopher.
I think if humans evolved, aka Neanderthal, then they did so of their own being. They didn't have to have a common ancestor.
Let me be.
Okay, so we're actually comprised of, I think, 4 different hominid species. There's Neanderthal. Was it? There was Neanderthal, Denisovan, fucking. God, I'm blanking on the other 2. Holy shit. Is it Erectus? Homo erectus? Afarensis? No, Afarensis was further back. Wow, I actually forgot it. Hold on. That's gonna bother me. Hold on. Homo habilis, that's what it, thank you. No, because Afarensis was a tool maker. Homo no homo, okay. Yeah, homo no homo. Yeah. Homo habilis, Denisovan, Neanderthalis, and there's one more. I know it wasn't Florensis because Florensis was on was that little hobbit looking thing. Habilis was okay. Now, so I'm getting that confused. Yeah. There's a 4th one though. I think there's a 4th one. I don't know. I'll leave it later. But no. So, bottom line. I could Google this shit just as easy as any of these guys can. Just as easy. I'm trying to think of the I know current Homo sapiens sapien was made of 4, a combination of 4 hominids, and I could not remember. I'm trying to think of the 4th one. I'm blanking on it because I got Homo habilis and Erectus confused, but I was like, no, Erectus was way further back, and then Nestle said, yeah, no, it was habilis, not Erectus. Yeah, that's gonna bother me later. But anyway, let me play this because I'll be sitting here all day thinking about this.
Be clear, I do believe that human beings are an advanced form of monkey. I do. Nail me to the cross.
Monkeys and apes aren't the same. We share a lot in common, man, but not monkeys. We're ape. We're great apes. But I get what you mean.
Damn monkey. Reason why I brought up the whole Sisyphus thing is I don't believe in the Sisyphus, and I don't believe that anybody on Earth can claim that they don't accept anything on faith. And you've already demonstrated that. You accept evolution on faith, not evidence, because you can't demonstrate the evidence.
No, I accept it based upon the evidence I've seen.
Jay Passy, blanking on the guy's name who debated Hovind. Are you thinking of was it Bill Ludlow who did that debate? You might be thinking of Bill Ludlow.
Scientist who said something though.
No,
you think of Bill Ludlow
based upon the fossil.
Yeah, that's his area.
Now,
he knows that shit like that.
Evidence, but there's actual evidence.
What fossils did you see? Because I would like to see them.
He's on Facebook.
Millennial Man, Lucy. I mean, all the fossils of the hominids. I mean, come on now.
Right.
For those of you who don't know, we actually took G-Tard to the Museum of Natural History in New York and showed him Lucy. So the reason he's jumping around acting like a monkey is because he knows the answer to this.
Raging, I don't know if you realize this. One of them you mentioned, Lucy, that actually got debunked a while back.
That was a Matt Powell myth that I researched and debunked. Lucy is real, and no matter what anybody says about it.
Oh, Carlton, I've met this idiot in real life. A few of us have.
Proves it to me, I will not believe you.
Lucy is real.
Lucy's not real, dude.
Lucy's real.
Is real.
See, I'm curious because he's seen Lucy in a museum and he's not saying a word about this.
Okay, all right.
Okay. I will grant you this. I haven't researched
primates.
I haven't researched this since my first conversation. I haven't researched this since my first conversation with Matt Powell. I will revisit Lucy and I will get back to you.
Raging, let me give you a link to several science websites to tell you. There you go.
Yeah, Matt Powell did, and everything.
Carlton, do you have the links to these science websites that Brett's reading? Because I'm really curious what Brett. Well, I didn't know he could read, but I'm curious what he's going to for his science information. Because my God, I want to laugh hard.
Powell gave me was wrong. So please do, and I will see if it's the same stuff that Matt Powell gave me.
I'm going to give you direct resources, actual science sites. I understand you feel like that's a bias to come from Matt Powell. But I'm going to go ahead and give you directly from the science.
Let's talk about Millennial Man then.
Well, now, Millennial Man is okay.
I've seen a bunch of them walking around.
It's just a predecessor to Neanderthal.
Ziegen Sie Deutsch?
The millennial males, aren't they the beta guys that we always see walking around?
I mean, those
they were creation webs. I fucking knew it. See, yeah, it's of course. So if the second somebody doesn't like direct me to PubMed or some shit, I'm just like, yeah, it's creation. It's more than likely a creation website. So Brett wouldn't know fucking science if it caused his kids to survive childbirth. Yeah. So
those are two examples of.
Oh yeah. One day I will probably go read Brett's book, Eternal Undying Love, as like a Patreon reward, and I'll try and read it in his voice too. I've read a bit of it, and
of missing links found. I am admitting that there are more missing links. But according to my knowledge,
no, that's the guy. I agree. It would more than likely be
based upon my knowledge,
population.
And maybe I'm wrong. I'll look into it. I promise you guys, and I'm a man of my word. But according to my knowledge,
billions and billions.
I'm sorry.
Well, Raging, I think what G-Man was trying to propose, though, and I think you'll get where he's coming from on this. A lot of us, we're not biologists. We're in a position where we have to Google, we have to books, we have to watch our favorite guy on television.
Wait, did he say he was a zoologist?
But according to my knowledge,
billions and billions.
I'm sorry.
Well, Raging, I think what G-Man was trying to propose, though, and I think you'll get where he's coming from on this. A lot of us, we're not biologists. We're in the same position where we have to Google, we have to books, we have to watch our favorite guy on television tell us what we
I
need to
fully
know.
admit that I could be wrong.
I didn't catch what Von Helton said. Sounded like say he was a zoologist.
Interpreted as a faith-based position.
Add that to the resume.
You haven't actually been in the lab yourself.
No, I can't do that, Brett. I can't do that.
Well, Brett, now I know Brett would be upset if I asked him that question. When has this fat ass ever got up and got into a goddamn lab? Cryptozoologist, excuse me. But I guess that is actually true,
Brett, because I'm doing it based on actual evidence. Now I'll see if there's new evidence.
The only reason I'm discussing Keen is because he's in this hangout.
I'm doing it based on evidence, not faith.
Well, that's all one can ask, just be open-minded, look into
it. Raging, let me assure you, Raging, if Lucy was the first one to say.
Let me get it.
I'd be the first one to say.
I'm sorry about Von Helton. I'm not trying to cut you off, and I will let you speak.
Oh my
but Carlton, as a fellow atheist, am I wrong?
About Lucy?
Yeah.
No. Lucy is actually a member of the Australopithecines, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh boy.
All right, I just want to get some backup. Thank you very much, Carlton.
Yeah, no problem. I think
he remembers Mimica.
To speak too, by the way.
I don't. That was years ago, wasn't it?
We can be overpowering.
No, not at all. I have to defer to. I am not a biologist by any means.
Neither am I.
I don't take any sort of definitive stance on evolution. Generally, I accept the theory as put forward, the same I would accept if a fucking plumber came over and told me the toilet was clogged. It's
fair enough.
Conditional. From what I can tell, given the information I've seen, but that again should not be construed as any sort of definitive stance. Like you say, evolution may very well be wrong. I'm an agnostic. It's not contingent in any way on evolutionary theory.
Right, fair enough. I'm serious though, folks. When you get time, you might want to check out Lucy Debunked. I mean, this is something that's been like well known for a while. The others.
How about you actually take some time to learn like this actual topic, Brett? Like before you start telling people they need to be open minded about what they need to consider to be truth or factual, you've yet to. I think maybe there were two things that you somewhat accurately acknowledged in this entire discussion. Like I find it ironic that you're trying to be the voice of reason when you are dead dumb doorknob fucking dumb, just dumb. Like it's one thing not to know about shit, but you've been on here long enough. You've been enough of these conversations that people have corrected you left, right, and fucking center. Okay, so I like it's just that bullshit. This fucking facade you got here is not impressing me at all. At all.
Stuff we can argue about, but you know, just check it out.
Ain't no argument about it. You got somebody with fucking toothless porcine goddamn manatee laying here telling people that they need to do some more research. It's like, bitch, get your life. Like, are you serious? I'm sorry. It doesn't take people. You don't have to have a degree. You have to go get a lab coat. You have to get fucking goggles. You don't have to be like, no. You don't have to do all that. I'm telling you, you don't have to. Taking the goddamn time to reading the literature. I don't know. You can get your fat ass up and go to the fucking museum like we did and go see the shit for your fucking self. But you're not going to do that, Brett. You're not. So don't go here in these hangouts telling people that they should open their minds or what they should learn and then giving people bullshit links like you fucking read them. No, the fuck you didn't, you illiterate piece of shit. Get out of here.
Oof.
Get the fuck out of here, Brett.
To clarify, the bones exist. We believe it is a bipedal.
Only thing Brett read was a fucking police report.
Hominid. But we do not accept the fact that it is some kind of precursor to mankind. That's the point.
Until I find out otherwise.
I don't accept that you were a vampiric Jedi.
But
now,
let's all agree to disagree on that point and move on.
Yeah, I have no problem with that.
Idiots too much ground.
That's the only thing I want to say about that. You
can't.
Evidence. Hold on now. Everybody in this room uses faith. Every single one of us.
Here comes the equivocation. Here comes the equivocation. Did I say this earlier that these guys do this? You have faith, you have trust based on precedent. I gave you an example of trust that I have in this chair that is going to hold my fat ass. You're having religious faith in things unseen and unheard and experienced and all that stuff. It's a bit different. He was a stealth bomber too, yeah. That's a misconception that every transitional species, such as Lucy, was a direct ancestor, which is false. Transitional species are not defined as ancestors, but as well, again, that goes having a more refined understanding of this. But none of these guys are actually trying to have a conversation where they comprehend what the literature actually says. Like, it's easy to get. It's easy to quote mine, motherfuckers. It's easy to do that. It's easy to just go and watch a YouTube, like a 5-minute YouTube video and misrepresent what somebody said. It's hard to actually go and read this shit. Just saying.
When we go out to that vehicle in the driveway, and we turn the key, we believe by faith that our engine is going to start.
Yes, I'm not an atheist that says I've never used faith. Yes, you are exactly right.
Of course I'm right. We believe by faith that when we turn that key, that engine is going to fire. Sometimes it doesn't, unfortunately. But yeah, we're using faith. Every time we go out to start the car, we're using faith.
Vaughn, wouldn't you agree that the faith that G-Man seems to be using is different from the faith that
Thank you, Carlton. Voice of motherfucking reason.
100%.
I never define faith, so how can
faith? I mean, I'm not.
You don't divine it; it doesn't have context.
I don't think we can categorize different types of.
Yes, the fuck you can. What the fuck are you talking about? Are you serious? Come on, you can't be this Vaughn Helen. Come on. In between you looking up mods for horse vaginas and bullshit, you've had to stumble across a goddamn dictionary at some motherfucking point in your goddamn life. Are you kidding me, Brett? I can literally look up right now. Let me look up definition faith. There's 2 goddamn definitions there. I'm looking at right here. Y'all see the light coming off of my fucking face? That's from the screen displaying dictionary. Y'all want to hear it? Here, let me play it.
Faith.
There we go. Like, I'm looking at two different usages right now, Von Helton. You can't be this goddamn dumb. Complete trust or confidence in someone or something. That's the first one. Second one, strong belief in God or in the doctrines of a religion based on spiritual apprehensions rather than proof. My God. So what the fuck are you talking about? What exactly are you talking about? Like, are you the fuck out of here?
To faith. I mean, you either have faith.
All right, so to kind of elaborate on that, see,
Yeah,
if you've ever had a car broken down,
this is
on you,
painful.
If you've ever had a car
This is
not
fucking
start on
painful.
you, then you have a history of that car not starting.
Right.
But like, we never have a history of God like clarifying Himself. Like, say when it comes to slavery in the Bible, right? All these apologists right now are saying, "Well, the Bible doesn't say
rolled
that."
his eyes.
Well, why doesn't God use His words and clarify?
Dude, have you read the Bible? Dude, you read the Bible.
I have. Yes, I've read the Bible.
Like Carlton, I've been in a lot of if you just new to my channel, I've been in a lot of hangouts, and I've had these conversations for hours. That's probably part of the reason you don't see me. Well, part of the G Plus is dying, but another part is just like this. I've addressed this stupid shit so many fucking times. I don't even need them to be in the room. Like, it's stupid. It's absolutely fucking stupid. Like, Brett's saying the same shit he said 8 years ago. Von Helton's still toothless fucking hillbilly who don't know goddamn thing. And this goddamn idiot still getting triggered by people pointing out that it's immoral. We know it is immoral to hold people as slaves, sex slaves or otherwise. So he's still getting triggered.
I've already answered that question.
I happen to be one of those vocal people on here.
Are you praised that I am that denies that the Bible?
D-Man is very passionate.
Man, you don't want to talk to God.
Do you deny that slavery was in the Bible?
It's Pledge Week, folks.
Number one, that God does not condone transatlantic slavery that you see going on in the transatlantic slave trade. However, as far as a form of punishment or restitution, it is.
So just in case you guys didn't know, there's nothing wrong with it in and of itself. But just to get clarification, if you guys are wondering, he doesn't know the actual categories of slavery. He knows the reference, which is fine. Chattel slavery. Okay, G-Man has a problem with chattel slavery. He doesn't have an issue with like debt peonage, for instance. That's and there is a contextual difference between the two. You could say effectively they are the same thing, which they are. It's still slavery. The conditions are different, but you are still enslaving another human being at its core. And that's what people kind of find an issue with. The fact that, one may have a sexual aspect to it, such as, sex slavery, or one that may have a debt attached to it, as in debt peonage or whatever. It's not so much different than saying, well, this thing really doesn't have anything attached to it. You're just my property, and you're going to have sex with me or do the fucking work that I tell you, whether I decide you can go or not. So it seems to be splitting hairs at that point, because what people's issue here, and this is something that he doesn't understand, is that people abhor the very core of it. It's not the chattel part. It's not the debt part. It's not the sex part. It's the slavery part that people abhor. And he has a hard time, because it's weird, because any other time he can't draw distinctions between things, like literal and figurative. But here he can. It's almost like he's selective with his understanding.
It's condoned in scripture by God, and it's allowed there. Now, whether or not you can say that it's immoral that he does that, it's a totally different topic, especially since I think you believe in subjective morality and not objective morality.
What the fuck is Sister
Sunshine
Sunshine saying?
about owning other human beings?
Well, now wait a minute. To be fair, there are many people that believe that it's not actual bona fide slavery, that it's actually an advanced form of indentured servitude that they're referring to.
Okay, and as I explained the phrase that I am, and I just mirrored it on my channel. But even indentured servitude is immoral, but that's not what the Bible says. The Bible very well differentiates between the two. Take away
all indentured servitude is immoral.
Says and take slaves.
Okay, I already know. It's about 2 hours, folks, and this is already giving me a headache. I need to go eat some more grapes or find a snack or something. But my God, remember when I said earlier that he can't really differentiate between certain things? One of the things that he can't differentiate is the concept of slavery. Now, I know that contradicts literally what I just said, that he knows the difference between, again, debt peonage, well, in this case, indentured servitude, and chattel slavery, which he abhors. But when it comes to, get this, figurative slavery and literal slavery, which the three examples that I gave are literal forms of slavery, he can't differentiate them. Just abhor. It is. He's averse to it. I'm trying to figure out a way to explain this to you all as succinctly as possible. So he does differentiate abhor. He does differentiate like sexual slavery. I said debt peonage, but with indentured servitude and chattel slavery, right? Which this one being the transatlantic slave trade, this one being the form in the Bible that it talks about. Okay. Now, he does know the difference between them roughly. Now, when you are to split those three categories into either literal fucking slavery and figurative, like being a wage slave, he doesn't know the difference there. Now, I wish I had a way of explaining why that is to y'all, but I don't. I was flabbergasted when I first figured this out like 3.5-4 years ago, that one of the comments that he'd make towards me was that I was a slave because I worked for the United States military. I had a contract. I could break that contract. Slaves kind of don't have a contract that they could, I'm tired of the whip, and I'm tired of all the heat, and, not really eating well. This whole slave thing isn't working out. No, you don't have that ability, okay? So he doesn't understand the difference between something that's literal and figurative, because for him it's the same thing, the exact same thing. And I have a feeling that's probably going to come up here, more than likely.
Sex slavery in times of war, like the Bible says.
I don't believe in the prison system.
Prison system. See what I mean? Yeah, that's prisoners have rights. Slaves don't have rights. But this is what I'm talking about. Being a prisoner, being in the military, he equates that with actual slavery. So it's just, it's a shame. It's really a shame.
Guys, well, hold on 1 second. Technically, there is a couple different
forms. Carlton, there aren't too many people that can dissect this idiot as well as me, and that's not me pulling my head up my own ass. But there are very few people who can, I guess, pick up on certain things. Again, I just have a lot of experience with them. But there was a series that I actually had kind of breaking down certain things. I was trying to categorize his speech patterns, because when he comes on camera, you'll see me hone in on his icon. And what I used to do is I used to kind of blow up when he would grace me with his presence, or I'd be in his. I would click on his icon so I could watch him. And so he has a certain set of behaviors that he'll do when he thinks that he has a point. There's something that he does when he thinks he has like a gotcha question. Like when he has a point that he needs to make, he gets really giddy. But when he thinks he's, again, a gotcha question or something like that, that's a different behavior. Okay. And so when he's frustrated, there's a certain set of behaviors that you'll see. And then you'll hear us reference he's almost at 70% full retard, or 40% G-man, or something like that. That's a rough gauge on when he's ready to blow and rage quit, which I think actually happens here. Because right now he's only at 75-80%. He's not irate just yet. Yeah, the seal slapping thing is one of his tells.
slavery in the Bible. There is indentured servants. There is a taken captives and all that.
Indentured servitude is immoral. That's
Okay,
I don't understand that, Raging. I don't understand why indentured servitude.
Yeah, the bouncing around now.
Is immoral, and anybody that's willing to go through it, and get beaten to the point to where they don't die, but they're beat the fuck up.
That's not true. That's not indentured servitude. Raging.
Guys,
That's called assault.
I want to point out that is trying.
So he thinks he has a point by bringing up the fact that as a part of your contract, you're not supposed to be beaten. That okay, like it's getting across to him that yes, G-Man, the Bible says that you're not supposed to do this. In reality, they got beaten, raped all the fucking time. It's crazy but people survive that sort of thing, and then they pass things down through oral tradition, through oral tradition, and various other means that we actually know kind of what goes on, and it's kind of human nature to just do that sort of thing anyway. But for him, his level of incredulity goes like sky high, and he can't fathom things like that ever happening because it didn't say it in the Bible. Well, we see what happens when people are enslaved, even in America, in indentured servitude. Because mind you, during the transatlantic slave trade, and he doesn't actually know a lot about this, by the way, that you did have indentured servants, some African actually, but he doesn't understand that with that, even though there were certain rules and regulations, people still got abused all the time. That's kind of why we don't have slavery anymore. Not this kind. Now, if you want to talk about wage slavery and all these figurative slaveries, that's an entirely different conversation. Entirely different conversation. But he conflates them all the time. He doesn't realize that they're different. To him, they're the same thing, but we're talking about a simpleton here. And a simpleton to the absolute fucking description of being a simpleton.
Instill some calm here, so let's let Brett Keen speak.
Yeah, I want to say, guys, remember when we're doing Google Hangouts, if everybody speaks at the same time, the people on the outside will not be able to understand us. It'll sound like the demon from the Bible.
And so, as Brett Keen's explaining that we can't talk, this idiot as people can't hear, you know, and just fucking tard rage. Like it's this when he starts doing this, he's above 80%. He usually doesn't start the immediate interjections and all the nonsense, and unless he's about a little bit above 80%, because now he's becoming more and more animated. I'll say that in his expressing his what he needs to. All right, folks, that's it for now. It's almost at the 4-hour mark on this video. That took a lot longer than I wanted it to take, and I am still fucking hungry. And now I have retardation in my brain, and I got to go to human physiology class. So thanks for that. This video was brought to you by, I think Sabella wanted it, Trevor, Aries, and a few others. So I'll probably do a part 2 another time, but this is pure cancer. Like, it's just pure fucking cancer. God, you got like the fucking brain trusters in here expounding upon topics they know dick all about, and encouraging other people to have an open mind and to go learn shit that they haven't learned in years. So I love it. They can feel free to respond to this. Like I said, I don't block people's comments and stupid shit unless you're just outright fucking trolling, and more than likely the filter's going to pick it up anyway. But yep, I'll be in Discord. This is my long day, so y'all won't see me for a little bit, but I'll be commenting in Discord. Woo! Okay. What's our favorite Von Hilton quote? It's Pledge Week, folks. But on a serious note, those of you who are Patreons, some of you who aren't actually got a taste to see what I do in organic chemistry. So I actually need to make that video unlisted. I just wanted to show you all what you kind of get. If you do want to become a Patreon, what you get out of it is, hey, do a review of this channel or this video. Sure, why not? That's basically. Is that a BHI toga? No, this is one of my button-down shirts because I have a lot of button-down shirts, short sleeve. This is I didn't feel like wearing this, doing this whole thing, so I slipped on this shirt here because why the fuck not, right? Yeah. Why is it taking forever? Oh God! I saw the picture of the niece. Oh, crazy bitch. Ugh. Crazy. Now that y'all mentioned her, I might actually go and see what craziness she uploaded today. Okay. All right. I'm putting this electrophilic aromatic substitution video on Patreon for those of you who are curious. And I'll talk to Mrs. Drag. She did a response. Oh, goody. I'll listen to that on my way to school. I'll talk to Mrs. Drag and see what she wants to do. Whether she wants to do another story of us, or she wants to do a Mr. and Mrs. Drag Q&A, or whether we just want to hop on the PS4 and just play some games and banter. I don't know. So we'll see. We will see what the Mrs. wants to do. Because some of y'all said that y'all rather hear from her than me, which is fair. I'd rather hear from her too than me. Just to be fair. So, yeah, I'll put the show on here later. All right, anyway, y'all can get lost. Go. Get out of here. Get out of here, you damn kids. Go away. Leave me to my devices. Go now. Get. Quit watching. I don't feel like ending it. So I'm going to finish typing what I'm typing. Was it the... Yeah, it was electrophilic. God damn it. Spell. Philic. Aromatic. Substitution. There we go. Stuff. Okay, I'll fix that later. Publish. Okay. That's a pretty good goddamn thing. All right. Now where is no you? Phenomena. Phenomena. Okay, there it is. I gotta switch out these. You hang up. No, you hang up. I refuse to give in. I'm probably not going to work on this now, so I'll take this out. All right, y'all can hang up. Y'all can go away now. Oh shit, that's my little brother. God damn it. Ah, shit. Give me a ride. Can't leave sworn oath. All right. If you stay, I'm gonna start charging you. There we go. I'll get you fuckers out of here. Why you're literally looking at a ceiling fan and a ceiling. There we go. Lost 3 people. There we go. Nope, we can't. Nope. Start charging you motherfuckers. If you stay, you have to suck off Von Helton. You stay, you have to watch his kids too. All right, like 2 people should be left. Really? Only 2 of y'all left? Really? It's okay. You can leave now. There we go. 2 more people left. Yeah. Progress. That's what I'm talking about. That's it. It's over. No more. Thought my little brother was watching porn. No, it was just Overwatch. Got excited. It's like, what you watching there? Huh? What you watching? Oh, shit. Alright. I'll put you in my pocket. Oh shit. Well, wants to go to jail. Alright. Charge you fuckers $10 an hour. I should I should make like a G-Man fucking tactics fucking class or some shit like that, right? You tell people. No, I tell them tell them charging people like $50 for a G-Man tactics class. Then reality is it's just free, but still, it just pisses them off. Yeah, $10 an hour. Yeah, it's above his rate. Yeah, I'm gonna walk to class. I don't know where my little brother went. I'm gonna pick up my son in a minute anyway. What the? This thing is broke. Okay, now it's working. Check is in the mail. Okay. I only accept Cash Me apps and Facebook deposits and blowjobs. If you're a woman and you don't weigh 6,000 pounds and you don't have braces. Still got 40 people. Oh my God, why are y'all watching this? I'm literally just walking. Except payment locks. Yeah, you know what? You know, heavenly locked safes that I have to magically pry open with hammers. I'll accept those too because evidently they're quite lucrative. And it's definitely not theft because the money definitely didn't belong to someone, and you definitely didn't break somebody's shit, that they put in the safe to keep it away from your ass. But that has to be one of the greatest conundrums for him on here, because on the one hand he has to either acknowledge that he stole and broke into somebody's shit, or he was lying, and he can't do either. That has, that whole scenario, when I watched that play out, was fucking hilarious to me. Because I think Hogtie actually had to kind of lay it out, because I didn't realize it at the time. He's stuck between a rock and a hard spot. Because again, he can't actually de-escalate. He can't go back, have some humility, and go, you know what? I was bullshit with that story. That's something, I just tell people, whatever, right? It's funny, but it's forgivable. It's a little white lie. But he's lied before plenty of times, and he has no problem doing it. But why that though? That's the thing. And getting inside of an idiot's head is painful. Painful. It's like putting on a rubber that's too small. You can do it, but you're not going to enjoy it. Not that I know anything about condoms. But, yeah. It is simply amazing. Because even now when people mention it, he still doesn't, Like the fact that he doesn't comprehend either of those scenarios is what makes it great. That's part of what makes it. And why are you? What's going on here? How you doing? Are you trying to pick up somebody here? Okay, you have to go down there. Are you picking up somebody for lift? Yeah, no, you have to go down further. Yep. He didn't speak too much English. That's all right. Yeah. So, beginning with found footage. Yeah. I'll tell you what, it's gonna take a little bit more than a Blair Witch or some spooks to get me. It's a pretty good neighborhood too, so I mean, pretty good neighborhood. All right, we're down to 33 people. People falling off. Got rid of 40 of y'all. Just got rid of the rest of y'all. This ain't like the movies. Ain't no extra credits. There's no post-credit scene. Just me walking and bullshitting. If Carlton's still there, I'll address questions from Carlton, because he seemed genuinely interested on how to thwart the G-Tard, which I'm more than happy to give people tips on how to do that, because my time is up. My time is coming to an end. Other people must take the mantle of taming the Tard, as it were. And my phone's about to die, so that too. Should have been charging it when I was doing this. Charged right next to the desk. Didn't even think about it. So there's that. Oh, Scooby ducks. Found some duck eggs actually. Went to the park this weekend. Found some ducks found some duck eggs by the water. Never seen duck eggs before. Surprised the females let us get close to it. Like, fuck this, you can have them eggs, you can get us. Fuck that. Not today, Jesus. Not today. Oh shit, we're getting more viewers. God damn it. There's no taming the Tard's perpetual retardation machine. Processing the tardation. You don't see ducks? Yeah. Muscovy ducks. Yeah, they live over here by the bayou. Charge $50 to give private video combat mag survival tips. Yeah. $10 a duck. You want a duck? $10. $10. I mean, if the duck will let you capture them, sure, but they're fighters, those ducks. Yeah, they're very violent ducks. How do I know? I've seen them make love, which is more of, I've seen one rape another duck. So when I understand that's how they procreate, which is kind of scary. There's no consent in the duck world. It's just violence and eggs. Very evil ducks. Actually, kind of crazy once you think about it. Fortunately, my child was there, witnessing that. I said, "Oh, ducks are fighting." Yeah, they're fighting. What is the basis of duck morality? There is none. Survival of the fittest. You get it where you can get it. That's what it was. I had a conversation with a friend of mine, because we talk about, social issues, consent, and I think Dillahunty calls it enthusiastic consent, which I'm married. Ain't no such thing as enthusiastic consent. It's consent, enthusiastic. So talk about that sort of thing. And I told her, I was like, yeah, I ran across these ducks at the park, and the duck was getting them some. I don't think that female liked it too much. But what do? From what I understand,
That's how these things procreate. If they didn't, violate one another, they wouldn't exist. Do I stop them? I say no. My human morality says that other duck needed to consent to you doing that with your corkscrew penis. Or do I leave them the fuck alone? Is morality just a human conception? What does it all mean? What does it all mean? These are questions I ask just to kind of, I really don't give a shit, but it's just fun to play with, Fun to play around with that idea. It's fun to talk about whether or not animals can have morality, and what does that even mean? Is morality even as objective as we say it is, if we can't apply it to anything other than humans? There's certain things, just thinking out loud. Just thinking out loud. Well, I guess technically this is a post-credit scene, just me talking, so. Congratulations, you made it to me talking out loud, or thinking, talking out loud. Fucking mosquito. Crikey, that was a big one. That almost whipped me mouth. Crikey. Right in the underbelly now, mates. Alright, let's see when my phone's gonna die. 5%. It's getting dark. It's getting dark, folks. Screen's gone dark. Getting attacked by mosquitoes. Send help. Send help. What's that buzzing sound? That's not good. Oh. That's the power line. What the fuck? I don't remember ever hearing the power lines. Yeah, that's definitely I don't know if y'all can hear that. It's the buzzing. You ever hear anything electronic start to buzz? It's hard to describe but if you've ever listened to anything electronic buzz, yeah, it's actually pretty loud. So I'm gonna walk the fuck over here when Final Destination shit happens. Yeah, I was like, what the hell is that? I need to talk to somebody about that. In reality, I'm probably just gonna forget when I get to class. There's a food truck. There goes my lunch. Bye, lunch. Bye. Yep, look at that. And I get here soon enough. God damn it. I can still hear it from over here. Just to show y'all how far away I am. That's what was buzzing. I can still hear it. I hear the banjos. As much exercise I get today. Truck full of ho-hos and ding-dongs. Yeah. Sounds like a good time. A good fucking time. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait till actually, I'm not gonna wait till the phone dies because it'll just have the little swirly thing of doom until I charge it. So I think I will end it here. God, there's still 30. I thought I'd get rid of most of y'all by now. Shit. Ah, damn. What are y'all watching? Why are y'all watching this? I'm literally walking. I see my building. It's over there. Just want to see me get attacked? Is that what you're waiting for? See me get attacked? Goddamn evil atheist. Is that it? Just want to see me hurt. Want to see me freeze. Alright, actually, for real, I am going to end this because my phone's about to die, so.